Okay, so this is an example of how the combined language conversion workflow can work with the text to speech API. Two separate webhooks, but we'll call one, then call the other inside of one workflow. If I look at the workflows, this is the primary workflow that I would set up on your conditional staging. So all we're doing is checking for which language. There's a couple of language fields that I've implemented, so you can designate on your customer profile whether you want that particular customer to have an English to French translation, or English to English. Up to you. It could be any one of several languages. So it'll convert them on the fly based on this logic here. So the workflow is English goes through this workflow, straightforward TTS. That's going down to this webhook and just blasting out a TTS. If it detects that it's French, it goes through basically the same workflow, but we've added a couple of variables here. And the first webhook that it goes through is to convert it to French, English to French. And I've put these messages right directly in the workflows. So the message that we're going to use to convert is directly set as a value, and then we've got this is the message to translate. It pulls it right out of the field, whatever your message is, and then the workflow, the webhook is here. The return webhook URL is going to change. That yours will be different than this one, so don't use this one. You're going to look for yours. Yours is contained on the receive end of it. Receive here, translate the language. You're receiving a webhook here. This is yours that you're going to use, and you're going to put that here. So that's the only thing that's really going to change, and you can just copy and paste this right into your current workflow that you've got set up, and then duplicate it all the way across for all your conditions. So the first thing it does is converts the English to French, then it updates the custom value for English to French, and then it sends it through the TTS to 11 Labs, and then it's stored in, you've got your message being translated to the URL for the converted message. So let's give it a try. I'm just going to throw it into that one workflow. I've given you a bunch of different workflows for different things. You may as well have all the snapshots, and even if you don't use them, you've got them available. So I'm going to choose the conditional voice drop language stage, and as soon as I hit that, I'm going to do a refresh here. When we go here, we should see that it executed, and it did. It's not quite done, so we've only got one webhook updated. I'm doing this in real time.
Hey, party's over. Party's over.
So we've got a webhook here and a webhook here. This webhook translates from English to French. This translates and sends to the TTS. And if I look in here, there's my TTS message.
Salut Kirk, nous t'avions prévu un rendez-vous aujourd'hui. Nous savons.
So you can see that that worked just fine. And I'll refresh here. We should see two French messages now, because it converted the French one to English, and then it threw the French one back into the field so that it could send it out as a TTS. Oh, wrong place. Here we go. that should do it.